In a certain city, there lived a wealthy merchant who dealt in the salt trade. He had a wife and 2 sons. His elder son was very quiet and shy. He hesitated to talk to others, while the younger son was cheerful and confident. People often mistook the elder son for a fool because of his silence, and sometimes they even took advantage of his innocence. The merchant himself was often troubled by his elder son's timid and fearful nature. Sometimes he scolded him harshly. Sometimes he tried to explain things kindly, but the result was always the same. The boy's confidence decreased even further. As he grew older, his lack of self-confidence began to affect his education. In class, he was afraid to ask questions and stayed silent. He had no close friends. Even during exams, he would be too nervous to answer properly. When he became a young man, his father asked him to help in the family business. Out of fear of disappointing his father, he agreed, but because of his nervousness, he often made mistakes which only made his father angrier. One day, when the merchant was away, some cunning men came to the shop and lied. "Your father sent us to take these bags of salt to the city." Before the young man could understand, they tricked him and took all the goods. When his father returned in the evening and saw the empty shop, he was furious. "Fool, you've ruined everything. Today you've caused me a huge loss. Get out of my sight." The young man was devastated. That day's incident broke him completely. People laughed at him and mocked him. He began to think he was completely useless, good for nothing. Feeling hopeless, he went and sat by the river. Overwhelmed with shame and regret, he thought there was no point in living like this. He would always be a failure. In despair, he jumped into the river. He was about to drown when a passerby saw him and rescued him. The shy young man angrily said, "Let me die. My life is worthless now. I can't do anything right. Why did you save me? What will I do if I stay alive?" The man replied, "My brother, you only live once. As long as you're alive, you can overcome failure and achieve success. But if you give up now, you'll never know what you could have accomplished." The shy young man told him his sad story. "I'm shy, I'm weak. That's why my father hates me. I couldn't get much education. People call me stupid. They make fun of me. Today, because of my foolishness, I caused my father a huge loss. Someone like me doesn't deserve to live." The man said, "All right, then do one thing. Come meet my teacher. My teacher can answer all your questions. Come with me, and if you still don't find anything useful there, then you can do whatever you want with your life. But come with me just once." At first, the shy young man refused, but after repeated persuasion, he agreed. The man took him to his teacher, an old and wise man who ran a school. The young man started crying while speaking to him. "You are my last hope. If you can't help me, I will take my own life." The wise teacher patiently said, "Son, I will help you. But first, you must complete 3 tasks I give you. That's my condition. If you finish them, I promise to tell you the secret that will change your life." Hope flickered in the young man's eyes. Determined to gain respect, he agreed. On the first day, the teacher said, "Go and talk to 10 strangers about their lives, and write down their answers on a piece of paper." The young man was shocked, but for the sake of dignity, he tried. Some people ignored him, some were rude, but he kept going. By evening, he had spoken to 10 people, and along the way, he even made a few new friends. The next day, the teacher said, "Today you will teach 10 children about the importance of water." The young man panicked. "I don't have enough education. How can I teach?" The teacher smiled and said, These children don't know that you are undereducated. Just teach them what you know. He gathered his courage, stood before the children, told them 5 important benefits of water, and quickly left. When he returned, the teacher said, "That wasn't done properly. You must do it better before I tell you the secret." Determined, the young man tried again. This time, he prepared well and taught the lesson with more confidence. When the class ended, he realized he was no longer afraid. He had taught the children well. The teacher praised him. "You've done wonderfully, even better than I expected." On the 3rd day, the teacher gave him the hardest task. "Today, you must go to your father and apologize." The young man was scared. "He'll never forgive me. He kicked me out of the house." The teacher firmly said, "If you refuse, I won't tell you the secret." The young man gathered his courage, went home, apologized to his father, and promised never to repeat his mistake. His father, sensing a change in him, forgave him and let him rejoin the business. The young man returned to the teacher. "I've completed all 3 tasks. Now tell me the secret." The teacher smiled. "You already know the secret. Your biggest enemy was not your shyness, it was your fear. Remember, people see you the way you present yourself. Even if you feel weak inside, if you walk with confidence, no one will doubt you. Real strength comes from believing in yourself." Hearing this, tears filled the young man's eyes. "I understand now. I will never let fear control my life again." Friends, self-confidence is not something we are born with. We develop it ourselves. Even the shyest person can become strong if they learn to believe in themselves. Our biggest obstacles are in our own minds. Fear and self-doubt hold us back, but courage and perseverance can change everything. That young man also thought he was born to fail, but when he faced his fears, everything changed. Remember, the world sees you the way you show yourself. So start doing the things you're afraid of. Face your fears, believe in yourself, and keep moving forward step by step. You'll find strength you never imagined.